So you may have answered part of it, but as a junior LO, what other responsibilities would he have besides what we're doing right now as well?
As a junior LO? As a junior LO, I mean, it's really pipeline management, so time management is going to be key. And because you're not handing the baton off, it's going to be your responsibility to keep in constant contact with that person. So I would say the challenges as a loan officer doing purchase loans is that you can do a lot of pre-approvals, but it's up to the consumer whether or not they're going to use you. So you can spend a couple of days working up a pre-approval, and then you release them to the wild in hopes that they call back you, right, when the time comes. And so now the key is, well, how do I make such a good impression with this person that when it comes time, they're going to be sure to call me back? And it all starts with how you set up the expectation. So how we set up the expectation is like as a junior loan officer, when the baton is handed over, we always make them feel that we are of authority. So for example, if you're a junior loan officer right now, right, is say, hey, my name is Daniel. The reason why you're being transferred to me or why I'm in connection with you is because I'm the one that's authorized to provide you with the details that you need regarding this process. So is this your first time buying a home, or are you selling a house? You're gonna know these details, right? I said, oh, this is my first time buying a home. Got it. Okay, so during this process, you're gonna have a ton of questions. Now, I'm usually on the phone or in meetings, but you are more than welcome to always email me, and I'm easily accessible via text, because our CRM gives text, right? But you wanna set up the expectation to where they don't always have to talk to you. Because part of time management is avoiding spending 45 minutes with the first-time home buyer asking them questions about, well, what if I bought a house at this price range? Well, what if I bought a house at this price range? Right? That's going to burn up your time. And so you ultimately, very first engagement, it's very important to understand what makes them move. And there's 3 things that are going to help you figure out what the leverage is of anybody, whether they're refinancing, purchasing. And those 3 things are fear, love, and survival. So fear examples would be, I have no idea what I'm doing, right? This is the prospect, right? I have no idea what to do. I have no idea what to say. What if I can't afford it? What if it's too much? So understand that. So if you can solve that fear, you become more valuable. Make sense? If you can protect them from that fear, you become more valuable. Another thing is what they love. So things that they love are their family, their kids, their lifestyle, their reputation. So if you can conform your message to things that they love, like, I know you have a couple dependents, so it's important that the school district is very strong. These are things that are going to apply to them and make you stand out versus everyone else, right? Family and reputation, like hey, so this is your first home. What made you want to buy, right? Oh, I want to buy because we just got married, or I want to buy because it's just that time. Okay, good move, because the market's creeping up. So the last thing you want to do is wait, because if you wait, you're either going to pay more, or you're going to instead buy now and then increase your equity position in the home, right? So you're actually doing the right thing. Good move. So now there's like, okay, cool. So yeah, I got to move fast. And the faster you get them to move and make a decision, the more likely you're going to be fresh in their head. And then survival. Survival is getting to understand more than just what the 1003 gives you. So getting to understand what they're comfortable with. Just because they can qualify for a mortgage payment of $3,000, you have to be personable and say, imagine if you had a payment of $3,000, would you be living tight? Would you be uncomfortable? Yes. Okay, well, what I'll do is I'll give you this pre-approval, but you need to contact me if you decide to make a move, because I want to adjust this if necessary. Make sense? So if you're pre-approved for $500,000, I don't want to send you into a property that's selling for $400,000 with an approval that's for $500,000, because you're showing the seller that you can qualify for more. And that's huge leverage. Because I'll just be in a text away, you call me, my system's so technologically advanced, it's just a push of a button with me, right? So those are the things that if you understand, and it's a little bit deep, I don't want to go too far into detail, but that's just what makes people move, and the reason why is because those 3 things are emotions, and emotions will have them emotionally bought into you. so that they're not looking at you as a machine, right? Like when they talk to every other loan officer or any other junior LO, they just look at them as something that's part of the process. They're just like an ATM. They're going to push a couple buttons, get info, and then I don't need you anymore. But if you can make it personable where you create this bond, then it's going to be easier for them to remember you and open up to you. So so when you managing, and I'll answer your question with this. So when you're managing a pipeline, it's important that you create a system, and that you can only implement the system if you have a strict time management policy. So you have to be strict with your time, because if you're not efficient with your time, you're going to end up losing deals more than you actually gain them, because there's no actual system. So what is a system? A system could be a weekly or bi-weekly check-in to your pre-approvals. How do you do that system? You utilize the resources in front of you, like your CRM buckets, right? So you might have a bucket that says PAL, like pre-approved loans, and you know that they're shopping. So every Friday you drip out an email to that bucket and you say, hey, happy hunting this weekend. I know you got some houses lined up. How exciting, right? Don't forget, if anything changes with your income or your employment, please let me know so I can quickly update your pre-approval and you're not out there with something that's useless, right? On the same effect, you can also curate information that we already know, but to the consumer they don't know, and they find it very valuable. Like, here's 3 things that you could do to improve your FICO score. Right? We know about it because we deal with credit reports all day. Here's 3 things you need to do before you buy a home. Right? And these are just part of your weekly updates. So they actually get to a point where they're expecting it and they're looking forward to it because it's bringing value. And then it's ending something like, hey, good luck again with looking at your houses. If you find a property, text me the address and I'll give you all the specifics by morning time next business day. And so this creates engagement where all you have to do is plug in that address into BV, hit that get report button, and you're shooting them out a property profile. So it's very simple, right? So even if you had to do like 2 or 3, you're sending them out, but you're their resource. So it may be tedious, and that's why it's important for you to have a strict time management system.